Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're back with another GlennCast. It is Caleb and
Grace.
And today we're talking about school and kind of the thoughts.
That's my immediate reaction.
And procedures we have for school. Now,
okay, but actually though, I do enjoy. I have been called a nerd on multiple occasions because I do enjoy schoolwork sometimes.
Well, we know this from our previous discussion during the quarantine
actually,
thoughts.
very true, yeah.
But we're going to start off with kind of an interesting idea here. Because, okay, so for all of you that don't...
my ideas are interesting.
Right. For all of you who don't know, I am... just finished up my first year of college at Michigan Tech. And Grace is just finishing up her junior year at Lansing Christian
School.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what we're going to do is kind of discuss our different opinions and views on school, different struggles that we have. Mr. Struggle. And
oh, no.
So we're going to start with the struggle part. There's so many things about school that have me like...
There are so many struggles.
Yeah, I just...
No, but honestly, like, it's okay to have a struggle in
school.
Obviously.
I mean, why do people complain about it all the time?
People have... Yeah, I know.
It's like, oh, school sucks.
But it's like, it's probably just because it takes up the most time of their days. Like students, think about that. The majority of your time is spent doing school in some capacity. Homework at school.
If you're a good student.
That's a good point. I'm making a lot of assumptions
Grace
here.
is like, if you do as much schoolwork as I do, it'll consume your life. There is nothing
your life is consumed by school.
Obviously, like, so that's just like a majority of your time. No, but...
oh, man.
No, here's the thing, right?
I guess for me, yeah. A little different.
High school was a real interesting thing for me because I started out super strong doing the whole homeschool online thing.
Every freshman is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get really good grades. I'm gonna do a bunch of stuff.
Well, but no, I'm saying like started out like the first 2 years of my first 2.5 years of my high school was really like beneficial to me, and I was doing a lot of work. I was learning a lot of stuff. However, I came across something called the struggles of an older teen in online schools. I really think it's a thing. It's
very
awful.
Specific.
Like,
is that an article you came across?
Struggles of...
Wait, was it actually not?
No.
I thought you were saying that you came across something about that. I was like, I don't think that exists.
No, I am talking about me personally.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I just took that and I totally messed it up. Yeah. I didn't really do a lot of work. I didn't learn a lot. And, I got some good grades, but then I got some bad grades, and it really messed me up. So when I went to college, I had, like, this new thought process. Mm-hmm. It was my first time at a brick-and-mortar establishment, which was very interesting.
That's this year for me.
Right.
Yeah.
So... Yeah,
and we had a very similar, we said this in Quarantine Thoughts, but we're in a very similar situation where this year... is our first year, like, at a school, but Caleb is going to college, and now I am going to high school, so we both have a different experience, but it is similar in that.
And something about the brick and mortar that I love
the people?
is...
Oh, I love the people.
The social interactions you get every
social,
day.
But not even just social as it is.
No,
but
social as in academically.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like working
conversing,
together.
Sitting in a classroom, Dominic fell asleep again. Wake up, Dominic.
I mean, like, group projects, right? So, having people
some of those
discuss.
Are annoying, though,
no,
bro.
I know.
We had this guy.
But, having people to discuss the content with.
Oh, for sure.
Like, the discussions
instead of over, like, a Zoom call.
Oh, my gosh, no, but not even a Zoom call, but, like in a discussion post.
Oh.
Which
is funny, because they still do that.
Yeah, but at least you get the class times, and obviously college is different. But
right.
I really enjoy my classes where we could just sit and talk about this stuff. Like, I don't know.
But the thing about group projects in brick and mortar, a lot of the times is, and I think a lot of people can relate to this. I'm gonna talk about a little experience I had in Intro to Business 101. So it was Intro to Business class. I'm not gonna name the guy, but he just never showed. But I give him props because he showed to like 2 or 3 group meetings, 2 or 3 out of like however many we had.
That's a
and
great bar
when he did show up, he did all the work.
Then what?
But it was still
that makes no sense.
We never saw him. I have his award. We won an award for the project we did, and I have it.
But he was just like
never showed. I never saw him. And then my other buddy was like, "Oh yeah, I have him in this class." But he never showed. Like, he's never there. Like
oh yeah, I saw his name on
the thing is, I thought, like, we hit it off at first.
I have a question.
Yeah.
In college, you don't do, like, role, like, here, or, like, present?
Some teachers, some profs do.
Okay, they do, yeah.
But most of them are like, you guys are adults. But so there's no, like, show up if you don't want to lose $60 a day.
Is there, like, tardies and stuff, or what?
Well, some profs, every prof's different. So some profs are like, you have to show up to 80% of the class time, or you fail the class.
Oh, like they'll put it as a part of the grade, so 20% participation.
Yeah,
stuff like
so
that.
That's the majority of like a lot of the first year classes are like that. But majority of the time, like if you don't show up, you're probably not going to pass anyway, unless you're special. And there are people I know that go to college and don't show up to any classes and get A's on everything, and it just freaks me out. I struggle when I'm there. It's like it's tough.
I can't imagine doing that. Well, I just haven't even had the chance to do, I don't think I ever will, but like that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Try.
To do what?
But how do they do that? They're probably cheating. Like quite honestly. No?
They just read better than they listen.
Oh, so they just take the content from the book.
Yeah, no, they're not like completely ignoring all the things. They're learning the stuff still.
They don't need to go to the class.
Right, they just don't show up because they're like, oh, it's class time, it's a waste of my time. And I'm like, that makes sense, right?
Like, if it is, it is.
Right, and like, that's fine. But
if you can get a good grade on it and not go to the class, like, I don't know, I guess don't go. But it's so different because in high school, it's the law.
Yeah.
Like, students have to go. Right?
Uh-huh.
Isn't that a thing?
And we were gabbing a little bit last night about hard work. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, I think it's fun. Let's bring up that that question that we had. Yeah. So the question was, I guess it was more of a statement to see if you disagree or agree. Can
you get some background setting?
Yeah, so in my communication and culture class at school, we had to fill out a survey. Mm-hmm. Strongly disagree, agree, disagree, strongly agree. That's a really weird order. Did you hear that? Yeah, sorry. Okay. Anyway, so they gave us a bunch of statements. One of the statements was, I only have to work hard enough to get good grades. And I stood alone on strongly agree.
Right.
Because you had to move to the 4 corners of the room. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, nobody else agreed with that. And I guess after more, like, reflection on it, I guess there's a million different scenarios where you can make the argument that it's not true. But I don't know, like in general, I feel like if you work hard, you're going to get the good grade.
Yeah, and I think that
because there's so many ways to work hard at it.
Yeah, there's a lot to that. And what I was saying is that there is a certain point. It's kind of like a graph. I can't do any visuals over a podcast.
So anyway, there's a bar, and it goes so on the x-axis we have
right. No, but basically what's going on here is there's a sweet spot where if you work hard enough, you get a good grade. Sweet. Past that sweet spot, you're just wasting time.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the statement, though.
No.
This is just another.
This is part of that.
Yeah.
So, I think that when people think like you can only get good grades through hard work, they're thinking like countless hours of work on one thing, which is not even
work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
but working smart is working hard because you are taking the mental capacity.
Oh my gosh!
To figure out how to work smart.
To be fair, that saying's like, okay, we're going to.
But you know what's annoying about that?
We can use hammers and nails, or we can use a bandsaw. You know, there's different.
But you're like still working harder because you're figuring out a solution.
Fine, yeah, but the statement still rings true. Work smarter, not harder.
I know.
Because
yeah, for sure. But I think that working smart is working harder.
Wow.
Never thought about it that way. Because you're putting in the time to figure out a better way or a proper solution. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's what I think.
No, yeah, I think that in order to get good grades, you have to work hard. But
GlennCast solving all those classes,
right, differ.
Yeah.
In difficulty?
I totally ignored you.
I know. That's why I talked through you. Notice that?
You don't need to stop.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
I don't even remember what you said.
You gotta let my mind wander. It's all cool.
So, different classes differ in difficulty, in time needed to be spent.
Right.
And it
it's all
differs.
It's relative.
It differs per person. Yeah, so it's all relative. Now, I would say that only way to get good grades? No. Because there are other ways to get good grades that are ridiculous and,
No, but I think it meant you don't have to do anything more than that. That's what it means. So it's like you only have to work hard.
Right.
So it's like you don't have to go beyond that.
Which, in a sense, is true. But
I guess.
There are other things you can do to better your situation without actually, and it's funny.
But is that working hard? Like, yeah.
Yeah. So it's contradictory, I think.
Fits in the category.
Yeah.
No, I think that, I guess maybe I was wrong in saying that the interpretation where you go far, like, I guess it really is saying that's it. That's all you need. Hard work.
Right.
Hard work. But I'm saying, like, pretty much anything can fit into that category.
So basically, you're
like,
taking the statement. Right. You're taking the statement, and you're like,
that's
yes,
how I interpreted
because
it.
everything.
Right. That's how I interpret it.
Which is a great interpretation, in my opinion.
Oh,
I think
there you go.
I agree. And a lot of the times, the hard work you need to get a good grade is just enough, and it is so simple.
I know. But the problem is, hang on, wait.
No, hold on.
Okay.
Simple does not mean easy.
I agree. But wait, going back to the social part of academics now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my saying that I strongly agree with that.
Right.
So, like, I do well in school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to throw that out there. Like, I do.
Oh, wow.
No, whoa, big deal. No, a bunch of people do well
Raise
in
your
school.
voice, why don't you?
I also got closer to the mic because I thought that would help with the quality of the sound.
It was like the last episode with the Call of Duty reference.
Yeah, right? No. Social accent. Social aspect of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I do well in school and I'm saying that, people don't take kindly to it. People that don't do well in school don't take kindly to it. I think because I do well in school. So that's another thing. It's like your opinion. A lot of people make assumptions about your opinion based on what you do or how you act, which makes sense. I don't know where I was going with this.
Interesting.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you can state your opinion.
Yeah.
What people are going to take into account where you're coming from.
Right.
Or who you are. Right? And then almost discredit it.
Yeah.
So sometimes they'll be like, well, it's easier for you. Like, because you get the material.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that took me way too long to get you to understand.
I'm so sorry. I totally get it now.
That's my bad, too.
Basically, there's a massive social aspect to school.
Yeah.
That doesn't regard work necessarily as does social pressures for cheating, even, hard work.
Right, or it's like my opinion on
peers.
that statement, you only need hard work. My opinion on that statement is almost discredited because people would say, well, you just understand it better easier. Like, that's just a natural thing you do. And I'm like, but no, because I work hard at it.
It's like the whole, oh, you just have better genes than me. That's why you're not
That's why
fat.
you're fit. Yeah. It's just like, oh my gosh, yes. I saw this little comic, and it was this girl running at 5 a.m. doing a sit-up at 6 a.m.
Right.
And then eating a healthy breakfast at 7. And then it showed 2 other more, I don't know, overweight people, okay?
Yeah.
Eating this
fat
pancake syrup breakfast at 10 a.m. And then they look at this girl walking by who looks great, and they're like, oh, genetic unfairness. I was like,
it's so true.
God, it's so true.
You just have better genetics.
You just have better. Well, are your parents what do your parents do? Are they smart or whatever?
Because
no, I'm just kidding.
Sometimes this can be construed as an unpopular opinion, but I really do believe that the harder you work at something and the more you work at it, the better chance you have at succeeding in it.
Yep.
But I also believe, on the same token, that succeeding sometimes means failure.
That's so poetic.
Thank you. I worked hard on that one. But I think that a lot of the times when people see failure, they fall and they hate themselves and they start to talk
get back up.
Right.
Bro, you just gotta, when you fall down, you just gotta get right back up.
Bro, just
what
pick
doesn't
yourself
kill you
up.
makes you stronger.
Listen to some Morgan Freeman inspirational speeches on YouTube.
Honestly, those inspirational speeches get me pumped.
Graduating